Hey, good morning, everyone. Hope you all doing
Morning,
good.
everyone.
Hey, good morning, and hope you enjoyed your weekend as well. Let's get started. Let me log into my AWS account. Introduction to DevOps. Okay, so some of the people right here, whoever there, you guys are there almost past 20 session. I remember. So over there we discussed various component about AWS, but some people specifically joined for DevOps alone. Okay, so today onwards, yeah. So far we are have we had a lots of time to discuss about AWS many component, but now is the time we can discuss some of the DevOps concepts and DevOps use cases as well. Okay, how we have discussed previous use case. Similarly, now onward we'll discuss about DevOps use case as well. Maybe next 20 hours, 15 to 20 hours again we'll spend time with DevOps on different use cases. We will try to build our knowledge on the DevOps as well. Okay, that is the action plan from today. But DevOps is not that easy. Like everyone can start. Okay, we have some pure prerequisites. Okay, when you follow the prerequisites, only then we can learn the DevOps actually. Okay, I'll tell you about what are the prerequisites. So, okay, first, uh, we need to know about any one cloud platform. Okay, for that we can take AWS as a cloud, because whatever the tool you want to practice, whatever the tool you want to install, okay, whichever the convenient DevOps script to execute, the platform is needed, right? For that we are going to use AWS cloud as a platform. Okay, so the people, I know that when I had an interaction, almost all of you now familiarized with the AWS. If people, those who newly joined for DevOps alone, if you're not guy not having AWS knowledge, I'll share a couple of videos to you. Okay, just two videos. It's somewhere around 4 hours. Today after the session, you'll get the video in your email ID. I think all of you shared the email ID. Go ahead and have
Yes,
a look
yes.
on it. Okay, go ahead and have a look on it. And if you have any doubt, reach out to me. From tomorrow onwards, we will get started with the sessions. Okay, in deep dive, you won't be able to understand. That's the reason. And second one, we should know about any one scripting language. Okay, what script are you guys are from? Does anyone know any script here? Shell script, Java, Python, .NET, YAML, JSON. Anyone know any scripting languages here?
I know only Linux
Linux. No, that Linux is
and
operating
yes,
system.
and
I'm asking about
basic
scripting.
basic Python.
Okay. What about others? Because based on your input only, I need to arrange basic session, guys. That's why I'm asking. If you're not sure, not knowing idea, tell me. I can dedicatedly arrange one or two session for scripting, so that you will learn the basics as well. We have a resource persons available. If you want, I can arrange.
No idea, Hari. Sorry.
Yes, even
Okay.
No
arrange.
idea about the scripting language, but
Only,
I
only
know.
the
That's why.
only the basics I know, Shell and Python.
Okay. All right. So since you guys are not, not having big exposure, so we can, we all know we are going to take Python as a scripting language. In addition to that, we are going to learn about JSON. In addition to that, we'll be learning YAML. In addition to that, we will be learning HCL. Anyone know what is HCL? So it's
Yes,
a
that
company.
is
HashiCorp language.
HashiCorp configure language. It is using in, I think, Terraform.
Very
Terraform.
good, very good, very good,
Yes.
perfect. So all these script we are going to learn, but again, so when come to the specific session, right, and arranging the basic session, I'll be arranging it for Python. Okay, because if you know Python, other things can be managed at the time of learning the tool, so it's not a big deal. So what I will do, I'll arrange one or two session for understanding the core Python. Okay, refresh your core Python knowledge. Maybe I remember or I understood in such a way people are here, they are new to the programming, I believe very long back they might see. So once you understand the basics of Python, maybe tomorrow itself I'll arrange, I'll check with the team who's available, the best person I'll arrange for only for basic Python. One or two session you can go with. After that, we can start with this one. What is that? Boto 3. Okay, Boto 3 is the library for automating AWS, right? We'll be going to learn. Okay, these are the items we are going to learn. So once you understand Python basics, only then you can understand Boto 3. Otherwise you cannot understand. Okay, keep that in mind. So next one, AWS Cloud Platform, scripting language. So in addition to that, we need to know about the operating system, OS. So Linux operating system is mandatory. So how many of you know Linux here?
I know
Yeah, we
Linux.
know
I
Linux.
know.
Oh, all right, fine. So if you guys are knowing Linux, that's fine. If anyone unsure about Linux, they're not even having basics idea, ping me in the group or ping me. So I'll be helping you by giving you a content. Hmm? So this is the prerequisites. Once you are ready with all this prerequisite, so only then you would able to proceed in terms of learning the um, uh, DevOps actually. Fine. Now here, okay. Uh, so before you move on, in that case, right, I'm going to help you AWS cloud platform and the scripting language. Okay, all those good. Scripting language and OS Linux, right? Okay, so all right. So for AWS platform, I'll give you a, access to the video today. Today itself, you guys complete. Tomorrow onwards, I'll arrange a session for Python. Okay, two session, Tuesday and Wednesday. Let's have a session for Python, and Linux OS also. I'll give you a content. Fine. So coming to the DevOps tool, we are going to learn about the DevOps roadmap now. We are going to know about DevOps roadmap. Coming to DevOps roadmap, right? There are some reason we are using DevOps. DevOps has already told you many time. Maybe I can repeat you one more time also. DevOps is a combination of development plus operations. Before this DevOps technology came into the market, so initial days, okay, when I started my career and all, there is no much familiarization, and DevOps is not that much famous actually. So what happens on that days and all? So there will be separate team developers will be there. There will be separate operations team will be there. There is no synchronization between these two teams. There is no communication, lots of communication gap between these two teams. When DevOps as a technology came, right, all the communication gaps are addressed. There are a very good synchronization between support team as well as development team. So that's how it goes. Move on. When you take any project today, DevOps is playing a key role. Okay, so when you are working in a company, you are trying to switch to a new company. When you add a DevOps in your profile, if you would able to clear the interview, right, whatever the package you are asking, they are ready to pay. Okay, that much level of standard they have actually. So the reason why are all of them more into DevOps is it's for simply for an automation. Okay, whatever the task we do manually, literally all of them going to be automated. Once I automated, right, I can save time. The resource count in the project will be reduced. Okay, and again, coming back, we can have a good productivity. There won't be any human error when the automation has been done. Like we have a various advantages are there with DevOps actually. So people mindset always, hey, many of them when I meet many architects, when I meet many corporate people, right? They used to ask me, hey Hari, you are asking me to automate all this stuff. If I automate, right, I'll not get job here, right? Because initially in this project there were 25 members are there. Once automation everything done, we have reduced the headcount into 25 to 10. What is the status of 15 members? So they will be losing their job, right? That is their main question, many of the people's question actually. So I'll clarify this part. So basically, when you automate something, of course, when there is a 25 people are needed in the project, once automation everything is done, once the project is stabilized, definitely we can go for reducing 15 headcount from that particular project. 10 people is more than enough to handle that project actually. Okay, so the remaining 15 people, right, it's not about they're losing a job. Hmm? It's not, it's about all, they are getting a better job actually. Getting a better job in another project, they'll go and they'll work for another automation. It will keep go actually. So here, where and which the people get terminated, the thing is the person who's not ready to upgrade his DevOps knowledge, right? The person who's not ready to upgrade his DevOps knowledge, he'll fall into a problem actually. Okay, so you guys need not to be worried about it because you have taken steps and you are looking forward to learn the DevOps. Here there I am to teach you. Okay, so you all taken you are taking a step ahead of learning the DevOps. So you don't want to worry about it. Maybe in another 10-15 days you will get the 60% clarity of how DevOps works and which requirement we need to prefer at DevOps, all those things. All right. So this is what the case actually. When you upgrade it, of course, once your automation done, you will lose the job for getting a better job. I mean, to work on another automation in another environment actually. So that is what all about. All right. So anyway, coming to the DevOps roadmap, the people know they get confused. There are plenty of open source tools are available in market. If I go in this project, if I go on that project, here people are using Jenkins, over there people are using GitLab. End of the day, I'm human. Okay, we all human. We cannot learn all the tools, right? My brain has one capacity. Okay, it's not unlimited storage like what Amazon provides. So it has some capacity, it has some some it end of the day it's not a robot, right? So end of the day it became humans system, in that case we cannot be learning all these tools actually. We cannot learn entire tool. So which are very peak in market, we already discussed about it, which are the tools are very peak in market. You might seen about our course content. Those were the tool. Now the question here, okay, Harry, so you suggested me, if there is a CI/CD, I suggested all of you to go to Jenkins because when you know Jenkins, other tools you can manage it. So infrastructure as a code, I suggested all of you to go to Terraform. When we know Terraform, other tools can be managed. So when you are asking me for source code repository, I suggested for GitHub. For if you know GitHub, right, you would manage other repository as well. So generic tools I've suggested already, right? Now the question is, this is the requirement I received from the customer. Which tool I should prefer as a DevOps architect or a DevOps engineer? So which tool I should suggest? Why? Because right. So I noticed many people. I used to take interview. When I say any requirement to any one of the candidate while during interview, he'll reply the answer not even relevant to the requirement, the tool what he'll suggest. That is a major problem is happening. So see, people mindset is if they came to know the installation of DevOps, okay, he's telling like, hey, I know Jenkins. When I closely go and ask him, sorry, I installed Jenkins for one of our client. So that is his knowledge actually. Okay, so end of the day, when we are telling a requirement, you should identify, you should suggest this is the DevOps tool, right tool for this requirement. We can implement it for using this particular tool only. That confident you should gain. That is the goal actually. When you understand that confident, learning part anytime you can do. Okay, so that is the reason I'm going to explain you the today is all going to be a DevOps roadmap only. It's not going to be a big session, hardly it's going to be 30 minutes of session today. So once we have done with the roadmap today, you will get one vision and clarity. Next, I'll move on to prerequisites part. So once we have done with the prerequisites, next Tuesday and Wednesday will be prerequisiting completing the Amazon Web Service. You will complete by your own. And Python, I'll arrange someone to teach you. Okay, line by line, they'll teach you out. There is no problem. Linux, almost everyone knows it. If anyone knows, ping me privately. Okay, I'll guide them. Okay,
No,
today I'll give you the DevOps roadmap. This roadmap only we are going to follow for next 2, 3, 4 weeks, maybe. Someone asked anything? Is anyone asked anything?
Yeah, Hari. We are not pro in Linux, so I'm not pro in Linux. So could you please assist on it?
Sure, sure, sure. So whoever, maybe you joined session late today or what?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, yeah. So that's what. See, join the session on time. We have discussed a few things about Linux and what to be done if anyone not knowing Linux. So you'll get the information. Okay. So at least go through the recording and get back to me so we can plan accordingly. All right.
Sure, Hari. Are you providing recording, right? Hari?
Yeah. Fine.
Oh, okay, Hari. Okay. Yeah.
So coming to DevOps roadmap, right? By understanding this roadmap, I want all of you to suggest me when you get a requirement. Okay, this is the DevOps tool we can suggest, and this is the DevOps tool we can go. Okay, when you get that mindset, we can start learn the particular tool. Okay, let me start a combo. Okay, combo in the sense Python plus Boto 3 plus Lambda. Okay, so these combination of these three items, right? What we can achieve. Lambda is one of the inbuilt automation and the DevOps service in AWS actually. So whatever the resources you are having in cloud, whatever the resources you are having in cloud, example resources in the sense it could be servers, storage, networking, or any authentication related, or log management, or monitoring, or Route 53, anything, any resource you have. Using Python Boto 3 Lambda, we can automate the existing resource in cloud. Okay, this is for. Okay, Python Boto 3 Lambda automation with existing resource in cloud. So this Lambda, right? When you come to Lambda, you can do some schedule-based action. Schedule-based action actually. What does it mean? Schedule-based activity. Okay, so I wanted to do every week. I wanted to do every Friday. I want to execute this particular one on every uh, month, first week. That kind of activity, right? You would able to do it. And coming to this Python Boto 3 combo, right? You can do event based actions, remediations. So basically, so what does it mean by event-based actions? So when someone, so just take an example. I have a one storage available in cloud. Okay, I have a one storage available in cloud. So what I can do is basically whenever client create the S3 on storage, they mandatory to encrypt that. They mandatory as per project requirement, they mandatory to encrypt it, but they missed to encrypt it. On that case, what I can do using event based action. Someone created a new storage in S3. Based on the event, I can execute some set of script to remediate it. Remediate in the sense the script it can encrypt the particular resource. The event based on the incident, based on the event, right? I can automate something, I can trigger something. This kind of activity, right? We can perform it using Python Boto 3 combination of Lambda integration. So anyone has any question on this? Any doubt in this?
What exactly Boto 3 is? How do you define Boto 3, Hari?
Yeah. So see, when you say Python, Python is just a programming language, we can say, right? As like Java and .NET. Similarly, Python is one of the programming language. When you go and inform Python, hey, create or delete VPC. So by default, Python won't be able to understand what is VPC, what is AWS, and all. Okay, because Python is a general language. Boto 3 is the library which has been developed by AWS officially. When you are integrating this Boto 3 with the Python, that the combination will work for AWS's automation. Okay, so whenever through Python you wanted to automate something with AWS, you should use the library called Boto 3. Make sense?
Yeah. Got
Boto,
it.
Boto 3 used for only AWS platform. Can you use it another like GCP or Azure?
No, we cannot use it. Boto 3 supports only AWS platform.
Okay.
So, can you give some comparison on other platforms like Azure? What are going to be there?
Azure
GCP.
PowerShell Azure modules. Okay, Azure PowerShell modules. Then come to GCP. GCP supports Java and Python, but again, they don't have any specific libraries and all. So in their website itself, they have a code. We can copy paste. They can execute whichever we want. Again, shell script available. So these three, they are officially suggested by GCP actually. For Azure, PowerShell, Azure module PowerShell
If you
to
don't mind,
automate.
can you put it here also? In the same.
Sorry.
Can you put those points also here so that when we refer this document, it will be very helpful for us to
Okay, okay.
understand.
So here actually not required, right? Maybe you can take a note of it. Why? Because here we are going for AWS based automations. Unnecessarily, we don't want to confuse. If you want Python, PowerShell, GCP, it support Java, shell script, and Python. That's it.
Okay. Okay.
Already you are getting for AWS in the screen. It's available.
Same
Okay,
thing
whichever
is
is really
Lambda.
mandatory by default you can here. All right. So now I'll explain you Terraform plus CloudFormation. Basically, this is infrastructure as a code. Okay, IAC, or people used to call it as IAC. Either anyone is fine. Infrastructure as a code. So when you are setting up the cloud infrastructure, okay, again Terraform is common for Terraform is common for all three cloud platforms, which supports AWS, Azure, GCP. Okay, so all three cloud platform it supports. Coming to the cloud formation, again it's specific to AWS alone. Where if you take this one Azure, if you want to compare, we have Azure ARM is there. Okay, that is works similar like your cloud formation. GCP also GCP, resource provisioning service available. It works as similar like the cloud formation. So, but Terraform is common across all these three. Terraform is the third-party DevOps service and tool, we can say. Using this today, if you go any environment, Terraform playing a very very crucial role actually. Today, if you attend any interview, first pre-requirement is you should know Terraform. Without Terraform, you are ineligible literally. So almost all the environments are being integrated and automated by using the Terraform only. Okay, cloud formation when you are working in AWS platform specifically, this should be very much important. Basically, what is infrastructure as a code? When you are having any resource need to be provisioned, any new a resource need to be created, and the existing resource to be managed. Okay, so these kind of automation you don't want to do it manually. Everything you can run it through. these kind of infrastructure as a code actually. Okay, creating and managing the existing resources. Okay, through automated way. All right. So today Terraform is key, very important tool. Okay. If you go any interview without Terraform, you may not be able to clear the interview. I would say that much important. So anyone has any doubt what is infrastructure as a code? Literally to setting up the infrastructure. So when you are designing any cloud infrastructure or any infrastructure, right? Same thing. Once the design has been done, we will implement. We'll write a code using Terraform. So once I hit the enter button, all the resources are started provisioning automatically. I don't want to go and
Harry,
create manually.
so what is the exact difference between Terraform and CloudFormation? Using both, we
Yeah,
can achieve the same.
same. Using both, you can achieve the same. The Terraform is third-party tool which supports
Okay.
by AWS, Azure, GCP, multi-cloud. CloudFormation is the tool designed by AWS. It supports only AWS actually.
So which
Requirement and
one you
purpose
would
both are same.
suggest? Okay. So
I would
depending on
suggest
the
both.
requirement.
I would suggest both because both are being used today in the environment. But highly recommended is Terraform actually.
Okay.
And honest fact is, if you know one tool, other tool, close to 70% same. You don't want to learn from the base, and only syntaxes and the concepts you need to understand. Almost both are same. Small variations actually.
Okay.
Okay, fine. Next to one.
Quick question, Hari.
Yeah.
So, if we can achieve the automation and everything with Terraform and CloudFormation, where does Boto 3 come into place?
Schedule based activity you can't do it in Terraform. Event based action you can do it in Terraform.
Okay, got it.
Okay, you cannot create for creating infrastructure. It's not possible through Lambda and Python Boto 3.
So,
Okay.
basically, to creating and destroying is Terraform and CloudFormation and maintaining
Yes.
as well.
See,
But
it's automating existing resources. See here, creating, managing the
got it.
resources. Okay, fine. Ansible, Puppet, Chef, SSEM, like tools are there. Hmm? These tools are calling it as a configuration configuration management tool. Basically, what configuration management tools are? Okay, when you are using any cloud platform, these tools are supported. What is the advantage and what are the disadvantage of each tool? Which one I would prefer? All those things I'll tell you now. So, what is configuration management tool? So, when in your environment, you are of course when there's a project, when there's an infrastructure or environment, minimum there will be 100, 200, 300 virtual machines or servers will be there. So we cannot manage all the resources manually. It's very difficult to manage. That is the reason we'll go with any one of this configuration management tool. When you're going with any one of this configuration management tool, right? Patching related work, okay, security update, okay, or installation or anything, updates, any maintenance activity, executing the script file. So all these kind of for bulk implementation, okay, 100, 200, 300 plus servers, right? Bulk implementation. We can use this configuration management tool actually. We'll be having on master server. All our remaining servers are will be connected with my master server. By the way, right? We can make sure as simple as possible. Okay, we can make sure as simple as possible when you have a huge number of instances and things and stuff. So by the way, if
Um,
you want to patch for 100 server, you wanted to do the security update for 200 server, there's a vulnerability you wanted to fix for 100 server. So all those things, right? Through configuration management tool, we would able to do it. So it play a crucial role actually. So coming to these various tools are available: Ansible, Puppet, Chef, SCM, SCCM. SCCM is a tool officially, built by Microsoft actually. Ansible is a product of Red Hat actually. Okay, Puppet is the Puppet company, and Chef is a Chef, the dedicated company. So coming to Ansible, right? It little, it get vary from other tools. This works in the principle of agentless actually. Okay, works in the principle of agentless. What does it mean by agentless? So when there's a master server, right, it will give you an agent. If you have 100, 200, 300, other servers are available in your platform, you need to install the agent in other servers. Only then it will communicate. Only then it will communicate. So if you go with Ansible, right, it communicates using the key, so public key. So it doesn't require any agents at all. What is the difficulty going with the agents? So all server you need to make sure the agent service is installed. All servers you need to ensure whether the agent service is running. If any update comes tomorrow, you need to update all the agent. That is very difficult in terms of other configuration management tools. Ansible is open source, where if you go SCCM, Puppet and all licensing based. Yeah, Puppet and all having open source, but limited feature. You need to go with the enterprise for enjoying the full features. SCCM again, it's purely license based. So other tools are literally hard to manage. So Ansible is the most convenient and tool which is available. Again, end of the day, purpose of all the tool is going to be same. Anyone has any doubt or question over here?
Yeah, all these configuration management tools will work for any cloud.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any cloud, on-prem, anything. Any other questions?
What is the prerequisite for the Ansible? Means what skill required?
Linux basics is fine.
Okay.
All right. Docker and Kubernetes. Maybe you guys are recent days, right? You heard most about Docker and Kubernetes, correct? So Docker and Kubernetes, right? Basically for container orchestration tool. So basically, whatever the resources and application you are provisioning, that is obviously under the VM, right? So here we are going with the container orchestration, which means VMs are. So once upon a time, we were using physical servers. Later, VMware, ESXi, Hyper-V kind of VM hypervisors came. Now we are using any one cloud-based VMs ideally. So what the problem with these VMs all? Basically, all these VMs are consuming lots of hardware. In fact, right? Even if you have a small application, you need to install the whole operating system. You cannot cut down the operating system unnecessarily consuming lots of memory, CPU, hard disk space, network consumption. Everything is higher when you take VM. Of course, if really there is a need available, I'm totally fine. I agree with that. But when you have a small microservices kind of applications, okay, small application where which does not require this much hardware and this much operating system capacity, that case and all, literally we are wasting the hardware consumption. So future, next to cloud and DevOps, Docker and Kubernetes is the next generation, I would say. Here in this class, yeah, Docker and Kubernetes itself, we have a separate classes going on like 40 hours. Okay, that is separate track actually. But here I'm giving you some heads up to you, some knowledge to you on Docker and Kubernetes. Yeah, some of you already knows it. For some other people, so we'll be working with Docker and Kubernetes pipeline and all. Okay, so this is how the Docker and Kubernetes works as of today. So in Docker side, mostly we will build the image for our application, customize image, and all we'll build for our own applications. In Kubernetes side, right, we'll go with the provisioning that application as a pod with the high availability actually. The main biggest advantage with the Kubernetes, right, it gives you great high availability. So deploying and exposing our application in highly available way. Okay, this is something called as a this is something call it as uh, not Docker and Kubernetes. So this is the next generation, I would say, after Docker. Sorry, after cloud, DevOps and all. Maybe next generation, we would say this is the most peak technology. Actually, using Jenkins and GitHub, right? I think I should mention these two tools in the very first line. The reason I'm mentioning in the last, right? So I'm slowly adding the weightages of DevOps tools. The most important CI and CD tool plus source code version control. Okay, so what does it mean? CI CD tool. Whatever the task, first of all, Jenkins is the open source tool actually. So without Jenkins you cannot find an environment. It's very hard to find the environment actually. So it supports plenty of plugins. You can easily integrate Jenkins with any tool if you want. So it's all rounder, I would say. It's very user friendly to manage. It consumes very less hardware in terms of, and troubleshooting and doing the stuff is very easy when compare other CI/CD tool coming to Jenkins. First thing, it's open source. First of all, okay, it supports Groovy in terms of setting up your pipelines and all. Basically, what is pipeline? The activity when you do. Okay, example, you would say you are building your own application. For that, you are getting ready with Docker images. You can write a pipeline. Pipeline will do multiple stages. Each stage, right, it will address one new things actually, and it will provide you some content regarding the requirement actually. Okay, so continuous integration and continuous delivery are tool basically. So we will discuss in deep dive about Jenkins here in our class. And coming to GitHub, right, source code version control. So when you work in a project, there will be 10, 20, 30 developers or DevOps guy will be working in a project. All of them will work in different code. Somebody will be working Terraform module 1, other guy will be working Terraform module 5. So end of the day, right, they need to keep the source code in common and secure way and centralized way. For that, I suggested to go with GitHub. We have some alternative tools also available, Bitbucket, SVN and all, but there is no much difference between all of them. When you know GitHub, you can manage other tools. Okay. So for Jenkins pipeline, here we are going to integrate all above other tools actually, Python, Terraform, Ansible, Docker, Kubernetes, AWS. Everything will integrate. We'll work with the pipelines and all. We will work with pipeline concepts and all. Okay, so this is what our target, guys. This is what our target. This is what our situation and scenario. Based on that only, we will be going to discuss for next literally 1 month, I would say. We are going to discuss for next 1 month. So this is our DevOps roadmap. This is my plan of action. So the people already, right? Very, this actually this course and all where when you go outside, it's somewhere people are charging around more than 15, 18,000. But here you are getting us a great opportunity. Utilize it. I'm here to help you for all of you. End of our goal and target is to understanding all these tools. And again, don't find a shortcut. A shortcut in the sense, hey, Hari, I'll try to become expert on Python, Boto3, Lambda, and Terraform. Can I skip Ansible? Can I skip Jenkins? See, already we skipped that. We have filtered as much as possible. For the final stage only, we reached. These are the tools are mandatory for our career today. Okay. So again, further down, if you go and what can I say? Further down, if you go and if you filter it, it will be a problem to you. If you know these tools, whatever you're seeing in the screen, at least I'm telling you, at least if you know these tools, definitely you will clear the interview. That's for sure. Okay, next 20-25 hours, we'll discuss about all these tools in deep dive. Okay, I'm there
What
to support you,
what
and
about
every tool.
monitoring tools, Hari?
Yeah, I'll come. So every tool we are going to discuss with real-time project scenarios. Okay. Prerequisites part today. The people who new to AWS, I already got your email ID. I'll provide AWS some 2-3 videos access. You can go and refer it. And today it's completed. Scripting language Python. I'll check with team today. Tuesday and Wednesday I'll arrange Python basic session. And OS Linux OS. If almost most of them knows the Linux basic. If not knowing, I'll share some content for that as well in our group. Okay. So this is the action plan. So anyone has any questions now?
Yeah, Hari. For the artifactory tool means Maven and all, this will not comes under DevOps.
Actually, those are build tool that are one of the part in Jenkins. Actually, when you build your pipeline, right, it's one of the plugin you
Yeah.
will install. Association,
Okay.
Maven, and SonarQube, like those are part of your Jenkins sub module of Jenkins.
Okay. Okay.
When
Thanks,
you
Hari.
work with Java based application, when you're a Java developer, wanted to build your Java application, you should you should need the Maven actually.
Okay, Hari. Thank you.
Any questions, anyone? Got one clarity right now? What is our action plan?
Yeah.
Fine. All right, guys. So what I'll do again, I'll be creating separate drive for DevOps now. Mm, here itself, I'll create a new folder for DevOps videos. Okay, in this drive,
So, Hari, meanwhile, once you are doing this, just I wanted to ask, like, you have already, you have started one class, right? Like, kind of advanced DevOps something.
I didn't get you. What do you mean?
No, no, no. Actually, you have started one more class, right? I think advanced DevOps something.
Correct, correct, correct. This is the currently you are going to learn that content only.
Okay, okay. So it is a kind of a similar, right?
Same content, same content.
Okay, got it.
Advanced is
So
Docker
here
and
we'll discuss when that point is coming. Okay, whatever amount you paid, that content definitely you will get it. Okay. So I'll manage the track. So coming to this
Yeah.
DevOps videos, right? Here you will be getting all the videos furthermore in this directory. Okay, for DevOps. I don't want to confuse with the AWS content with DevOps. Here you will get it. Okay. If people not having access, I'll share the access link today. Okay. So fine, guys. So this is what for the day one for DevOps introduction. Okay. Hope you got some clarity. Today in the group, I'll confirm about the Python plan and the AWS and prerequisites plan. Everything I'll share it. So Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll try to complete the core Python. So Boto 3, we need to start from Thursday. We'll this whole week will take for Python automation for AWS. Okay. That's our action plan.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
fine,
yeah, that
guys.
will help.
Okay.
Yep. So thanks for day one,
Thank you.
DevOps.
Thanks,
Okay.
everyone.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
thank you. Bye.